What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you stopping by for the first time, if you see something that you like during this video, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave here today. Those of you stopping by that have been here before, welcome back to TLTG Reviews, my friends. Glad you came to see me. So today, I got another 10 for you. We're talking cheap beast mode fragrances. All of these can be found for under $30 and are above average performers in longevity and projection. Stay tuned. So starting out with the first one that got a lot of hype as soon as it came out, and nobody really talks about it much anymore, and I don't know why. Performance is definitely a strong suit. This thing is loud. We're talking about from Davidoff. Cool Water Intense. You can find this $30 or less most places. I got mine for $29 if I remember correctly. A lot of ambroxan in this one, and it is very loud. You do not need many sprays. You can 3 spray this one and you're good. People are going to smell you, and they're going to smell you very quickly when you walk into a room and get within a few feet at the least. It's got the bubblegum smell. You are going to get a lot of the amber and coconut, but you're also going to get a lot of ambroxan. Very sharp ambroxan to this one, but it's a compliment magnet. It's a powerhouse, and it's cheap. Really good release from Davidoff. That's Cool Water Intense. Check it out. Next, another one that in the fall a few years ago, a lot of people were talking about it, but nobody really talks about it much anymore. You can get this one in the $25 range for a 3.7 ounce. It's from Aramis. Yes, I said Aramis. Tobacco Reserve. It's a very dry tobacco that dries down, a little sweet. Big wide spray on the atomizer. I actually have a backup bottle of this because it's one I never wanted to run out of, because they were running rampant in the rack stores a while back. So I grabbed this, and then the next time I saw a bottle was a 60 ml. So I grabbed it as well. This is one that you're not going to think to grab immediately, but if you like a good tobacco fragrance, this is underrated and overlooked and powerful. This is 9 to 10 hours, and this has got to go light on the sprays, because in that first 2 hours, you're damn near filling a room with this one. Off of my skin anyways. And that's Aramis Tobacco Reserve. Like I said, underrated and overlooked. You can find it cheap. It's worth a shot. Next, this is kind of a cheapy powerhouse favorite. This makes a lot of lists for people. This is not overlooked and underrated. This is from Calvin Klein. It's Reveal. This stuff, sweet, fruity, and boozy from that brandy. The agave is very pronounced in this one. You can see the dent I've started to put in there. God, it smells so good. This is one that is a seductive compliment magnet, I would say. I've never worn it and not gotten a compliment, because this smells great and people can smell you. Trust me. You can get this big 100 ml. Looks like a couch pillow when you look at the shape of it. You can get this for around $25 at the rack stores. Online, same thing. It's about the same price. And it is a steal at that price. Doesn't smell overly synthetic. Very sweet, boozy, and fruity. If those things sound appealing to you, and it being a powerhouse, Calvin Klein Reveal. This is probably going to be the one. Next, one that I haven't talked about in quite a while on my channel. It's actually from one of the youthful clothing stores that you run across in the mall, from Abercrombie and Fitch. It's First Instinct Extreme. I know. My scent of the day today actually is the regular First Instinct Extreme. Haven't done my scent of the day post yet, so I can't post that on here. But this is one that I actually did a full review. Oh man, musky, spicy, and loud. I mean, loud. This is 9 to 10 hours. Depending on the temperature, might get a little bit less in that 8-hour range, but even at 8 hours, that's still a lot, because this thing projects pretty heavy for the first 2 hours, and then still has moderate to low projection for a few more hours after that, about 2 more hours after that. So to the 4-hour mark, it's projecting pretty well. You can be a little liberal with the sprays, but I wouldn't overdo it, because like I said, this one gets pretty loud, especially the more you spray, the worse it gets. If you want to be pronounced, and grab something that's musky and warm spicy that you wouldn't normally think to grab, because it's from Abercrombie and Fitch. You can get this, like this 50 ml, you can get in that $15 to $20 range. 100 ml, you can get in that $20 to $25 range, depending on where you look. A lot of these fragrances can be had from FragranceNet. I'll link FragranceNet below for your convenience. But Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct, like I said, I even haven't talked about it in a while, but don't overlook this one. Don't think super youthful because it's Abercrombie & Fitch, because it does smell really good and it is beast mode. Next, my favorite from Cremo. If there's one fragrance to buy from them, it's this one. It smells like a slightly sweeter Spice Bomb Extreme. It's Cremo, Spice and Black Vanilla. This is great stuff. You see the dent I've started to put in that bottle, which is a lot for me considering how many bottles I have. God, that smells so good. The cardamom is very pronounced in this one. It's very good. Cardamom and tobacco are the big things that I pick out from it. You can get this 100 ml bottle, which has the unique Cremo designs, you know, the raised glass all over the place. 23 bucks. Online, Amazon, from Cremo, Target. Target carries a lot of their fragrances, places like that. They make it in a solid form as well. This is one to get your hands on. If you like Spice Bomb or just sweet, spicy things like that, this is an 8 to 10 hour fragrance, and it projects very heavy for that first 3 hours, almost filling a room off of my skin. I get about 9 hours, 10 hours every time I wear it and spray it one more time, because it's going to be filling this room, but I don't mind. I love the way this one smells. This is one that not necessarily gets overlooked. I mean, I did do a full review on it. That was a very popular video. A lot of people know about it, not just from me, but it gets more spotlight than any of the other Cremo fragrances, aside from maybe Blue Cedar and Cypress and Bergamot and Musk, which is discontinued. But in my opinion, this is the most powerful of them all and the best smelling of them all. So do yourself a favor, give Cremo a shot, especially Spice and Black Vanilla. Next, I can only give you my experiences off of my skin. And some will agree and some will disagree, because trial and error, skin chemistries, people have different results. But on my skin, Salvatore Ferragamo Acqua Essenziale Blue is strong. 9 to 10 hour fragrance. I get 3 hours of very good projection, and it's one of my favorite fragrances. It's definitely my favorite blue fragrance. Think Versace Dylan Blue, but a little bit cheaper and add a little bit of the Bleu de Chanel DNA. You have this. This is a great way to go. You can get this 50 ml like this in the $15 to $20 range, 100 ml big bottle in the $20 to $25 range. I know FragranceNet always has these. This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. If you're looking for a versatile compliment getter that's very strong and blue, Salvatore Ferragamo's got you covered. They make great fragrances that end up getting very cheap at the discounters. And in my opinion, to me, for my taste, this is the king of them all. Acqua Essenziale Blue. Don't sleep. Next, you can't have a cheapy beast mode list without one of the best cheapy beast mode fragrances available. Bentley For Men Intense. Sub $30 range. Screamer. At least my bottle anyways. This thing is crazy powerful. I sprayed it on my wrist last night. Got near my wife and it choked her out. One spray on my wrist. I literally put it under the pillow on the couch and it did not, she was, oh my God, doing that. Yes, so I ended up having to go rub it off my arm because it was just too much for her. This is one of those fragrances that I like to wear to Christmas parties at work, so on and so forth. I don't wear this often. I actually have the non-intense version, which is a little less powerful and a little bit more wearable. But as far as being strong, there's no denying Bentley For Men Intense. This stuff is outrageously strong. At least the bottle I have, which is about a 2.5 year old batch, it fills a room. This is a 1 or 2 spray fragrance. Those of you that have had to go 7 sprays and can barely smell it, I feel sorry for your skin. And I feel very sorry for you, because that sucks to hear. It really does. Because on me, this thing is a screamer that fills a room, and it's cheap. Everybody talks about it for a reason. Bentley For Men Intense. It's powerful. Next, this is just a personal choice. I know a lot of you will agree with me on this one. I get fantastic performance. I get 10 hours. I get superb, long-lasting projection from this bottle. This is an early 2018 batch. It's Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man. Smoky Magic. The opening does not bother me. Oh, that strong lemon opening does not bother me. The dry down is absolutely incredible. It's long and it's powerful. Like I said, around 10 hours, even in the summer heat, I get 9 or 10 hours from this fragrance. And we're talking doesn't really stop projecting on me heavy till about the 6-hour mark. That's on me. Your experience may be different. That's subject to change. Each individual's experience will be different. But this thing is incredible off of my skin. That's why it gets talked about quite a bit on my channel, because I love the way it smells. It's a compliment machine. It just churns them out. It's cheap. You can get them in that $30 range, sub $30, depending on where you look, $26-ish, $28. And it's powerful. It lasts. It's a performer. Club de Nuit Intense Man from Armaf. It's a staple in any man's collection, especially if you're looking for something powerful. It's great. Next, we're actually going back to the well with Salvatore Ferragamo. If you like sweet gourmands, dessert smelling, tiramisu, as soon as I say that, you probably know where I'm going with this. Homme, the original from Salvatore Ferragamo. People complain about these atomizers, but I actually think they're great. When you hit the right spot, when you hit the sweet spot on this thing, it sprays, I mean, far, wide, and a lot of juice. It's just floating around in the air. Coffee and tiramisu. And performance. 8 to 10 hours. 2 hours of really, really strong, beyond arm's length projection. About 6-foot range. And then half an arm for a few hours more. This stuff performs. And you can get a big bottle sub $30, like $28, $27 online, Fragrance Net, right around 30. This stuff's great. You gotta like sweet fragrances though, because this is a sweet fragrance. My God, it performs. Not a lot of people really talk about it much anymore because it's been around for a few years now. But it puts out, it performs, and it's cheap. That's why you're here, right? You want something that's powerful and cheap. And I'm telling you right now, Salvatore Ferragamo Homme is cheap, smells great, and it's powerful. Don't overlook it. And last but most certainly not least is a discontinued fragrance that could have made my discontinued video. I have several more that could. I may end up doing a part 2. I've actually had several of you reach out in the comments asking if I would do a part 2 to that. So I may in the coming week or so do a part 2 for the discontinued fragrances, and this would be on it. It's Issey Miyake L'Odyssey Pour Homme Intense. This is 8 to 9 hours, and the first 2 hours are very heavy on me. The incense, the papaya, and the yuzu really pop on my skin. It smells very unique. I don't have anything else that smells like this coming off of my skin. It gets lost in the shuffle. I don't wear it enough. It's great for the fall and winter. Hell, you can get away with it in the spring as well. You could wear it year round if you control the sprays. You two spray this in the summer, you're fine. It'll be loud, but you'll be fine. This is one that's been discontinued for a while. You can get a big 4.2 ounce bottle like this for $25 from Fragrance Net and other places online. Not a lot of people really talk about it. I don't really see it make any lists or get featured on any channels or any recommendations. I don't know why. I think it's great. I have for a long time. It's been mentioned on my channel before. It's made a list before. It's one I think you need to check out for the price. 25 bucks for this big old bottle. Even the 2.5 ounces or sub $20 range. You might end up loving it because it's powerful. Issey Miyake L'Odyssey Pour Homme Intense. Telling you, it's good stuff. Well, that's that. So until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of these have you tried or do you have? How many of these have you been wanting to get your hands on? Links in the description for Fragrance Net if you want to check out. Most of these are available, minus Cremo, I believe. You can pretty much find them all on Fragrance Net. I got the 35% off coupon code right below the link in the description because they don't do 37% off anymore. They do 35. I don't receive any kickbacks from it. It's just there for your convenience. And I will say this, until next time, if you get your hands on any of these and you give them a spray now, I'm extremely confident that you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.